caritas et amor Deus ibi est. Ubi caritas et amor Deus ibi est. Congregavit nos in uno.
The early 1500s is the last time that I know of someone attempting to do this. A Benedictine abbot by the name of John Trithemius, who was a German, around the year 1509, 1510, commissioned a Bible, or his community commissioned a handwritten Bible. It was a statement about linking the human imagination and the human hand with the Word of God. The Bible defines the spirituality of the Benedictines of St. John's, but also its Christian tradition. As we do this Bible, we're not looking to create a 12th century Bible in the 21st century, but we're rather looking at creating a 21st century Bible in the 21st century, drawing on the great tradition of illumination and handwritten Bible, but at the same time creating something unique for our own times that is inspired by our times and in turn can inspire our times.
This is a lifetime's dream for me. I went to art school when I was 13. I've always been interested in calligraphy and illumination. I draw, I paint, I do all these things. But the one thing I've always wanted to do was the Bible. My first question to the brethren at St. John's was, I said, do you want it? Do you want me to make the Word of God live on a page? And they came back and said, we want it, and that's why I'm doing it for St. John's. Without being too mysterious about it, when I'm mixing ink, I sort of go into a neutral state, and once that happens, it's a kind of opening up. So you mix the ink, you're making the pens, you're almost getting yourself on track, a kind of mental preparation as well as a physical preparation of these tools, these materials, these inks, these paints, the gold leaf. And in a way it's a mental preparation, a kind of opening up, and I don't know what's going to come in. And that's the magical part of it. Because in reaching out for that universal, I can't tell you what that universal is. It's an experience. So I have to make myself open to that experience and put myself at the disposal of that creative process. The quill is actually, in a sense, a modern invention which retains ink for long periods of time, is capable of a fine, sustained drawing, as well as very expressive range of marks that it can make very directly. It's very sensitive. It's made of the same thing as your fingernail. It's part of yourself. It's almost like a phonograph needle, which you hold in your hands. But the music that's played comes from inside me. So it's very, very sensitive. And like all tools, are just an extension of one's own fingers. Well, I think the artist's job is to try to seek for some kind of universal meeting point and somehow create something which strikes a chord in your heart. So in a sense, it's I reach into mine to make images which mean something to me, and because of that meaning to me, they will also mean on one level something to the artist which is in you. In a musical term, it's almost like you're trying to create a visual harmonic, a kind of universal chord that you strike and people go, ah, and you're reaching into something within people that they didn't even know was there until they see this thing, so that when they open the page of a Bible like this, they take in their breath, not because they're being impressed by the cleverness of it or by the detail or even the shiny gold, but because there's something there that they already knew. It's sort of like meeting somebody that they have met before at some point. And that is, in a sense, a kind of feeling that the artist reaches towards.
It's the one thing that will probably be remembered for 500 years from now. The buildings will go. Most of the buildings that all of us see today are going to be gone 500 years from now. And oddly enough, this one piece of human artistic achievement will probably still be here 500 years from now.